Good morning. Today is the day. It's a big day. And technically it's tomorrow morning, but today is the day. And so I thought I would make this video for somebody who I know has what it takes, but just has been in a place I've been for so very long. A place I know all too well. A place we find within ourselves when everything feels like nothing matters. And in the back of your mind, you know everything matters, but it's so hard to get out of the darkness. You know, they have these cliches that, you know, a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step, and you can't walk into the woods 100 feet and get out in 20, and all of that. And those have carried me for a long time. And there's been times that I've gotten out of the woods and decided to venture back into the woods. And now I'm climbing out of the woods. I don't see the woods, because you only see obstacles when you take your eyes off of the goal. But we always take our eyes off of the goal when the obstacles feel so great. I want you to know I'm proud of you for doing what so many people today are unwilling to do. It's not that they don't have the choice, it's just that they are unwilling. And I know that you have what it takes. So, as you go on your journey, remember that it's a slow journey, because it was a long period of time and one decision after the next and one bad situation after the next that can get anybody that got me into the darkest places that I didn't want to see. Today's going to be a day. It's going to be tough. It's going to be hard. It's going to feel unknown. But sometimes we choose strange hells over unknown heavens. Familiar hells to unknown heavens. Because it's a place that we feel we can control. We know how it's going to go down. And no matter how terrible it gets, we at least knew it was going to happen. Versus walking into a place stripped of all masks, stripped of all self-made armors that were made of tin instead of steel. And we have to pull them all off and just get completely vulnerable, honest, open-minded, and willing, with no armor, with no gear. And the only weapon we have is hope and faith, which doesn't feel like a weapon at all. It feels like an empty hand. We've had this sword of some sort in our hand for so long, and it has somehow felt like it has protected us. But all it has done is swung aimlessly and hit the people that we didn't intend to hit when we thought we were fighting the enemy. But the enemy lies within, and it wants us to swing at anybody near us and all around us so we can be by ourselves and try to fight an enemy that exists within ourselves. I didn't get much sleep last night. I haven't gotten much sleep the last week. And I'm thankful for that, because it's distracted me from not being able to sleep by tossing and turning and having night terrors. And now today's the day. So I'll do some of my routine today and break most of it to help another still suffering addict. That way they can find their way and be the best version of themselves that they possibly can be. I had a conversation with my daughter Lucy because I went to go get my 6-month tag. And when she asked what celebration I was going to get, I asked her, do you remember when I said I went to the doctor to have the sweat thing that made me sweat removed? She said yes. And she said, where's the scar from where they did that? Which tells me that she sees that I'm better. And I told her the scar is inside me and you can't see it. And then she gave me a big hug, made a silly face, and gave me a kiss. Because that is how my 6-year-old will comprehend the best decision I ever made for myself. So just know that you too have this opportunity to have that conversation not too long from now. Because when I think about it, if I can do this one day at a time, every day, for years, and I know it's not a future trip, the time that I have right now versus the time that you have right now will feel like a fast forward in seconds. And it didn't take long, but it felt like forever. It has been a battle. I've got so many things weighing on me financially, but I also have so much hope and things to come. And I know that when I don't trust in God, when I don't trust in my higher power, that's when chaos takes over my serenity. And that's when I start feeling like maybe I can control it this way and that way, knowing that I cannot. And when I trust in God fully and trust that as long as I stay clean and as long as I do the things that I'm taught, and when I come into people's lives, I come in with an attitude of recovery and help and an attitude of treat people like you would treat Jesus. I help them, and it helps me stay clean, and therefore I help myself. And I can live with that. And I know you can too. I don't know a word for today. I thought it was bittersweet, and it's not. And if I have to sum up today as one word, I would say the word for today is perseverance. It's hope. It's faith. Any one of those will suffice. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to put that workout in. And then I'm going to go back to the house. And then I'm going to help somebody who has needed this. And not the type of help where you co-sign people's bullshit or you just become this toxic enabler. I'll be a beacon of light. I'll be a beacon of hope. And I'll be a beacon of strength. I needed to get this out before today started. Because I've just been in my head all morning long. I got upset with Grayson over orange. And I have to look at my actions that I'm not even upset about the orange. Sure I am. He walked on it and it's not the orange. It's what's going on. It's the anxiety. It's the fear. It's the resentment. It's all of it. And none of it was faith. And maybe I can start there. I know that I can't just faith things out. I can have faith and then put in the work, but you got to have both. And so I'm going to go into a place that I just don't feel like going into right now. I don't. I feel like just going back to sleep. I'm tired. I'm going to put my music on. I'm going to push myself to exhaustion. And I'm going to then exert more energy and show what I'm learning in this program. We keep what we have by giving it away. So if I just want to keep my recovery to myself and I just want to not be there to be of service for people, not be there because it's mine, I'm earning it, then I'll just end up by myself. And that's a place that has always gotten me into dark rooms, into dark forests. And the goal was to get into the garden, where all of the fruits of my labor were hanging on these trees, and it bared still waters. And that was a calming place called serenity. And knowing that the garden is on the other side of the forest never disappears. And it's always just a few steps, a few decisions away. And if I want to stay in that garden, I have to do all of the things that got me out of the forest to remain in the garden. And today, I live in the garden. But I'm always staring at that forest as a reminder of how easy it is to walk into it and then just get lost. Okay, Rodney, you got this. You have what it takes. If you are watching this and I don't know you, I love you. And if you don't believe me, come meet me and I'll show you. I'll prove it to you. And you're needed, wanted, and loved. And you have what it takes. And love is an action, it's not a feeling. And we all go through shit. Everybody's shit's different. And we don't compare our shit to other people's shit, as I was told yesterday. Our shit is our shit, and how we handle it is how we handle it. But I have something that is a roadmap to be able to handle everybody's shit. How everybody can handle their shit. If you've been living in this the world that people like me live in. It's all going to work out. And all things come together for the greater good through my higher power, through God. The good, the bad, the ugly. Let's go do this. I love you. Whoa. Oh, that whole video. Red on my nose. I'm not re-recording that.